in women's boxing presented itself to you. Massive opportunity for you on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think every time I'm asked to step up, I do, and I perform. Being the underdog for me is no different. I'm always the underdog on the big night. So the more you tell me that I can't do it, the more I'll prove that I can.
Obviously, going into the Terry Harper fight, although you come back with a few wins, people looked at the Obernorth defeat and maybe still tarred you with that brush. But how much has the confidence risen even further since that Harper fight? I look at all the clips of you and Joe, and you look like you really believe now that you deserve to be up there as world champion.
Yeah, you've got to remember that going into the Terry Harper, we'd just come off a lockdown. Financially, didn't know when I was going to box again. I had the baby 24/7 because the schools was shut, and I was just in a bit of a pickle about where I was going to go, when the opportunity was going to arise. Obviously, we got that opportunity, and the baby came along to all the sessions, and she was a big part of that camp. And it was just great to be back, and I was starting from down the mountain kind of thing, mentally, physically, emotionally, and now I'm not there. After the Terry Harper, I'm at the top of the mountain, and I'm progressing up. I'm not starting from the low place that I was, building myself up to the Terry Harper fight. I'm starting at the Terry Harper and building myself up on that. My stats show it, me body mechanics show it, my times, my weight, everything says that I'm well better than I was for the Harper camp, and I know I had to be there. When
you envisage this fight, when you think about this fight, how do you see it playing out? Do you believe you win this fight by stoppage? Is that how it plays out in your mind? I know that you say, any means necessary, but I know that Joe feels that you can stop Katie Taylor on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think in boxing, one punch changes everything, and I do believe I have power. I don't like making predictions. I don't want to disrespect anybody by saying that, but I do believe I've got the power to do so. And after the traumatic experience of round 8 with the Harper fight, I've promised myself, that they are learning curves, and that will never happen again. So if I get that opportunity, it'll be the end of the fight.
Katie, welcome back, media darling, apparently, and undisputed world champion. This is a fight that's just continued to gain momentum. Of course, it's a fight that we talked about when you turned professional. At one point, we didn't think it would happen, but now it's here. Comments obviously from Joe that you've taken this camp seriously. I know you take every camp seriously, but you know the danger that Natasha Jonas presents. This
is why we're taking the fight, and we don't take any easy fights. I'm in this sport to fight the best, and in terms of training camp, our training camps are pretty much always the same, where we train for every single fight as if it's going to be my hardest fight to date, and my mindset, my mentality just doesn't change from fight to fight. So looking forward to a great fight on Saturday.
I know you've got great amateur rivalry. Of course, everyone remembers the Olympics from 2012. Is that irrelevant at this stage? I mean, people talk about it, it's a great narrative, but you're both completely different fighters now.
Yeah, exactly. The fight was 9 years ago. You're right, we're both very, very different fighters now than we were back then. I think we've both developed and matured into great pro fighters, and I think the fight is going to be completely different Saturday night than it was in the London Olympics. What works in the pro game doesn't work in the amateur game, and vice versa, and this is a completely different fight.
You haven't got loads and loads of professional fights. You did have a huge amateur career as well, and Joe, as nicely as he could, said that he just thinks you just might be on that way down. Do you feel like you're in your prime right now in terms of your training camps? I know you put a lot into those camps, but in terms of your performance, you feel like this is the absolute peak of Katie Taylor?
Yeah, I think so. I think my last few performances have showed that as well. I think I've shown my best in my last few performances. Like Ross was saying, Leonard had to Pursuing fight, the second fight against Pursuing, and then my last fight were probably my 3 best performances as a pro. So I feel like I am definitely improving and getting better each time.
Well, thank you, Ross, Katie, thank you, Natasha and Joe, and whoever's phone that is. Let's do it. It's Spencer Oliver. Can you believe that, Spence? Bad form. So disrespectful to a fantastic fight, the undisputed lightweight championship. This is a momentous occasion. You know what? I think women's boxing has got to such a level, we don't even talk about women's boxing anymore. This is just a massive fight. And well done to everybody involved in this fight for making it happen. These are the kind of fights that we need to see. And I do believe on Saturday night you'll get a thriller between Katie Taylor and Natasha Jonas for the undisputed World Lightweight Championship. If we could have a head-to-head here, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.